What's up, guys? Welcome back to Trading with Emotions, where we don't trade with our emotions. All right, look, AMC is up 6%. It's been on a steady climb here. I'm on the 6-hour chart. This video, we're going to do a pattern analysis video. So I'm going to go ahead and take reference patterns and overlay them on AMC so you can see historical patterns that have already played out, have already had this sort of setup. And we'll talk about that, right? Because right now we are in this cycle. As many of you know, the point of interest in the cycle is happening right now. Volume is increasing, and we are entering what is this this green portion right here. There's a lot of volume involved here in the cycle, and that's something to just pay attention to, right? Not calling for a squeeze, not calling for insane price action or anything. This is just an opportunity in the way that we've been tracking the cycle that does call for volatility, and that it's possible to see some kind of movement here, right? Whether it's upside or downside, heavy pressure. Now, we are entering the POI here in the market. So what this means is that you're going to see a bunch of other stocks do the same thing, a bunch of other cryptos do the same thing. We're seeing Bitcoin right now heading on its way to 31, 32K, which we talked about. We have a projection for. That's already making its way up, and it's about to complete that, right? So that means that when the markets peak, you have all these other smaller alternative coins, as well as these volatility stocks go up, the meme stocks. So a lot is happening right now in the markets, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about these reference patterns. I pulled them up here. So right now we have this double bottom setup here on the macro chart developing for AMC. And here are two other reference patterns that I'm using. So I'm using Bed Bath & Beyond. It's one of them. And I think this one's relevant to track because it's also a meme stock. It's part of this meme basket, right? So these two are important. And we can see the structure here. They're all very much similar in that they come up, they consolidate for a little bit, and then they start climbing back up. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond did have a really nice rally here. We've tracked this pattern before multiple times, but right now it's looking really good on AMC's chart, okay? And this is what we got so far. All right, this is our little double bottom setup. Again, I'm not calling for any of these price targets or anything. I'm just showing you where the POI lies, where there's that heavy volume coming in here on Bed Bath & Beyond, and that would be right around here towards the end of April, which is where the POI is right now. Okay, we also have another pattern down here. Same setup. This one hasn't fully developed yet. This is a crypto. It's DYDX, one that I'm very much bullish in the mid to long term. I think here when the crypto markets come down, these are going to take a little bit of a breather, but you can see that it already made that push here. So we have that double bottom and then that rally right here, and it crosses this first level of resistance. So what this means for both is that if AMC completes this double bottom setup, we're likely to at least see that $8 to $10 range in the short term on this point of interest. Now, if that holds and we remain up here and this thing steady makes its way up, and this could be considered, what those Wyckoffians call that SOS phase, that could essentially take the price and have it keep going. You have this ripple effect, right? Once the point of interest takes place and happens, you have to consider the ripple effect. The ripple effect is everything that happens afterwards. So once the POI hits, and the volume exceeds this threshold line that we talk about on the projector, that is where the price can go parabolic. Things can go wherever they want. And that's essentially what happened with GameStop in January of 2021. Okay? Now, a couple of things are happening in the markets. We don't have this just happening with AMC. Right now, we're tracking one called SDC. I talked about this a little bit ago. Posted this in March 27th. We have the same setup happening here with the January cycle coming in. So this is where you see a bunch of these worlds like merge, and they all kind of track different cycles that have already happened in the markets. And this is one of the stocks we're tracking. If I press play, you can see SDC today is up 12%. Now, this is a very low volume stock, so it is a very risky one, but you can see it's following the AMC sequence, and it hasn't failed yet. This thing is still pushing. I mean, we're going to see what's going to happen here in the short term, but right now things are following very similarly to what AMC did back here in 2021. All right, so as long as the market holds, things keep pushing up, things should be looking pretty good right now. The market is still pushing up. One of the things I had talked about on the Discord was here in the short term, we're still following this fractal, this major fractal we've been tracking here for about 4 months now. And it's still calling for that upside. We're still trying to see that 430 range here. So this is where I think here in the next week or two, we're going to see the crypto markets peak. We're going to see the markets peak. And then finally, with a bit of consolidation, maybe like 1 or 2 weeks, we're going to start to see the markets take a breather here. And I think that's where we're going to see the peak here in all of the stocks in the short term. Okay, so I still think this is going to keep pushing potentially into the next couple of days following CPI data. All of that stuff here is going to impact the price action. Something to watch out for here. This is one we're tracking. We have Bitcoin as well on here. You can see the 31K range calling for here in the short term. We're getting there right now, but then it's calling for that downside. So I'm giving it about a week or two to develop and then start heading back down here to around the 22K range. Right? A lot of other plays that we have on the Discord tracking, guys. If you want to check that out, make sure you click the link below. We got crypto plays, option plays, all that good stuff, and just using this cycle analysis approach because it's something that we consider here, and it has been working. So this is what I got for you guys today. Make sure if you have any comments or any questions, drop them in the chat. All right, guys, take care.